Report to Horzak.
You've done a bang-up job getting our lumber operations in order. But word on the wire is that we're falling under our stone quota. You'd think we could move mountains. We could gather up a few rocks. Well, that's not my problem, but maybe you can make it yours. Report to Horzak Zignibble up ahead at the Ogremar Rockaway Exchange. See if you can't help him straighten out his operations. Just follow the road northeast and find him in the Rockaway Tower.
Stay strong, pal. What?
You're looking at the most state-of-the-art mining operation in the world. Only rubs would bother to tunnel under a mountain to get at the minerals below. We moved the whole mountain. Now we can just scoop the precious metals right off the ground. You're here to help? Excellent. Here, sign this indemnity waiver. And here, this non-compete clause. Let's get you started.
Basilisk Bashin.
We moved this whole mountain to strip mine the minerals below. But what we didn't take into consideration were the subterranean basilisks that are now, terranean. You look like you've got some initiative. Go in there and kill some of those nuisances, and I'll dip into our petty cash fund for you.
On your way.
Stone Cold.
Workers act like it's their job to complain. If it isn't the backbreaking labor, the long hours, or the low pay, it's being turned to stone by basilisks. It's always something. But I'm thinking maybe this whole workers to stone business could be a big money maker for me. What if these guys are now high quality stone? My whiny employees could be worth more to me as luxury building material than a source of labor. Grab a stonified mountain foot miner and haul him or her back to me.
Careful out there.
A quota to meet.
Mountain foot iron is a brittle alloy, but with the right props, it meets Goblin safety standards. Zignibble here is having some trouble on the production end of things, but that doesn't change any of my deadlines. I've got a quota to fill. Head down to the mountain strip mine and gather up any ingots of mountain foot iron you find. There should be piles of it smelted and ready for shipment.
Keep your ear to the... Yo.
Did you get my shipment together? Well done. When it comes to iron, always pick quantity over quality.
See you around, friend.
Go! Go!
Good. One less nuisance to worry about. Well. Let's take a look at what we got here.
Horzak examines the shattered remains of the poor petrified miner.
Bah, crumbly, useless. Wouldn't even make a good countertop. My miners may be mediocre workers, but they make lousy bricks. Well, I suppose we should refleshify these guys so I can get some return on my investment.
The Perfect Prism.
There's gotta be a way to reverse the Basilisk stonification. Those irritating night owl saboteurs who have been lurking around my mine must know something we don't. They seem to be immune to the gaze of the beast. I want you to find out their secret. Pick off a few of the Telrenda saboteurs skulking about in the rear of the strip mine and get a sample of whatever charm or ding-dong they're wearing to give them immunity. Radio me from the main forge building once you're successful.
Move it!
Strange goblin speakers hiss and crack. Zignibble's voice squawks over the speakers.
Is that you? Still alive? You aren't trashing my explosive stockpiles, are you? You say you found a clear crystal pendant. That makes sense. A perfect prism would refract the gaze of the basilisk. Maybe we can use this to our advantage. Time to drop some science.
Prismbreak.
If that prism of yours is tuned to refract a basilisk's gaze, we can use its crystal properties to reverse the process. All we need is a source of power. In the weapons cabinet to your right, you'll find a prototype laser mining drill. I love that thing, but the near-daily dismemberment's got to be a real bother. Grab the laser drill and swap out the lens with the crystal of yours.
The weapons cabinet is loaded with heinous and broken experimental devices, some of which still have goblin limbs attached. You discover the laser drill lovingly ensconced in a velvet-lined wooden case. You pop out the lens assembly and slide the crystal into place. The weapon hums ominously. Refleshification. The nearby radio calls out to you.
Hey, you got that gun? Good. Don't point it directly at your eye. Aim that baby at my stonified workers, and the refracted light should reverse the petrification process. Or it will melt them, whatever. Return my workers to a state of profitability. If the refleshification process makes them crazy go nuts, they should be killed for insurance purposes. Horzak out. Hey, look. All the limbs are intact. Ah, good. Now we can get these slackers back to work. You've earned a cut of the profits, though. Minus the usual company fees. Take your pick.
Hit the road.
Another warm body.
Oh, have I got a deal for you?
The road.
Immerse yourself in foreign cultures, go on epic adventures, blow things up, and get paid to do it. Sound too good to be true? Well, it's not. This is what we do. If you're interested, head over to Gallywhack's defense post on Forlorn Ridge to the north and look for Commander Molotov.
On your way.
Latest recruit, eh? I'll make this short and sweet. We're under contract to keep the Naga in the ruins from reaching Gallywhack's or his property. You handle whatever we ask of you, and I'll see to it that you get paid when all the rounds are complete. Welcome to the Bridgewater Battalion.
Hand-me-downs.
First things first, we need more supplies for you and the other new recruits. There are some perfectly good standard issue packs on the bodies of our last round of recruits in the minefield to the north. Taking their lessons to heart, I'd recommend you avoid stepping on the mines yourself.
Get lost, will you?
Military breakthrough.
We've lost contact with Sergeant Dynamo, stationed at the next ridge to the north of the central minefield. They probably were overrun. He had our last SFG. Go over there and get it back. Clear out any Naga that have broken through while you're there.
Yeesh. Took my head off, why don't you? Don't waste
First
my time.
degree mortar.
Hey, bud. Like explosions? Of course you do. Who doesn't like explosions? I've got mortars set up on the ridge to the east to hold the Naga back. Go forth, recruit. Mortar them. Mortar them all.
On your way. No lawyer.
Nothing wrong with recycled goods.
Whatever.
You're a light-footed bugger, aren't ya? Good work. Here are a few of the supplies to keep you lively.
Gallywix is bad.
Where's my rocket launcher, recruit?
What do you
Quick
want?
work there, recruit. She's a beaut, isn't she? Assembled her myself. I've got special plans for this baby.
Security. Enforcement.
Can you believe they pay us for this?
Hit the road. Well,
In the face.
The Naga are using those giants to stamp paths through our minefields. Time to put that SFG to use. Head over to the entrance to the southern minefield. I think you can figure out the rest.
you ever need any?
Bam!
I get no respect
In the face. Nice shot, kid.
around here.
Profitability Scouting.
Things seem to be quieting down a bit. Gallywhacks will probably keep forking out cash to keep us posted here, but I have a feeling we might be able to milk a bit out of this deal. Naga and sea giants aren't normally friends, so the Naga must be controlling them somehow. Take the stealth field generator, get in those ruins, and let me know if you find something that looks real pricey.
Hey, I got you. It's
Ha ha ha,
highway,
sweet deal.
pal.
I'll get the ball rolling on this. All I need now is to find a buyer and get the go-ahead from Uncle Bedlam. Here are your wages for your work here. Excellent work, soldier.
Private chat.
Look, one last favor before you run off. Private Worcester is still back at that tower, recruiting. Go and let him know that we're good to pack it up now. Back to town. Pleasure working with you, recruit.
This gig ain't so bad.
What? I got left out of the action completely? Are you serious? Alright. No shooting the messenger. Thanks for the news, bud. Maybe I'll see you back in town.
Move it!
Survey the Lakeshore.
All these cruddy ancient ruins have to be bulldozed if we're ever to see Azshara's full potential. Look on my map here. You see Lake Manar to the east? I'll tell you what I see. A future rocket fuel depot. But we need an accurate lay of the land before we can clear-cut, bulldoze, landfill, and pave over that lake. All my surveys have been spooked off by the oogly-booglies haunting that area. Escort one of my junior grade surveyors to the area and take readings from the equipment that's been set up.
Catch you on the flip side.
Our enemies will
At
fall.
long last, we have an opportunity to study the ruins that dot this landscape, provided these money grubbers don't level the place first.
Tell me about the nearby ruins.
Are you familiar with the War of the Ancients? This is what we call the period of time 10,000 years ago, when the demons of the Burning Legion first breached the realm of Azeroth and attempted to devour this entire world, as they have with countless others. The ancient capital of Azshara, a city that once dominated this landscape, was ground zero for the invasion. The ancient wreckage you'll find scattered throughout the area stands in broken testament to the egotism of our forebears.
What are you doing here?
My concern for the moment is with the ruins that surround Lake Manar to our east. Thousands of years ago, the Manar Academy was among the first to study the arcane arts. It was a beautiful terrace structure built in a ring around a tranquil lake, a place of quiet contemplation and focused study. It was there that my ancestors first discovered the potential of the magical energies seeping from the well of eternity. I'm sorry, is this all too much to take in? I've immersed myself in arcane history for several decades now. I forget that others do not share my passion.
No, please, go on.
Suffice to say that the Academy was cautious in its application of these newfound powers. What writings remain indicate that the mages were worried about arcane addiction, a problem my race suffers from to this day. This restraint put the mages of Manar in opposition of Queen Azshara and her highborn lackeys, who sought ever greater power with wild abandon, throwing caution to the wind and diving into ever more dangerous applications of the arts.
What happened to the mages?
By the time the Burning Legion began its assault, the mages at the Manar Academy had fallen far from the Queen's grace. They would have been a powerful asset in the war to come, but they refused to fall back when the rest of the city fell. Instead of regrouping outside the city to join the counter-assault, they stayed behind, erecting magical barriers and turning their once quiet home into a fortress. Refugees streamed to the Manar Academy in the first terrible days of the invasion, and survivors rallied to mount a defense.
Were they able to hold out?
Hold out? Against the full frontal assault from the Legion's vanguard? Not likely. No, history doesn't record what happened next, for there was no survivors. The raging demons left little more than the ruins you see today, and the secrets of the Academy lay buried under the soil of Azshara.
And we're going to dig them up.
I like the way you think, Troll. Until recently, the latent magical energies of the Academy grounds attracted the attention of the Blue Dragonflight, and I wasn't able to study them. The attention of the dragons is now elsewhere, but a worse threat is in the making. These little green brutes want to level the ruins to make for a fuel depot. Knowledge lost for 10,000 years is days away from being lost forever. We've got to act fast.
Be ready for anything. We will persevere.
1,000 stories in the sand.
The ruins around Lake Manar to our east have a tale to tell. The lesser races, like those clumsy dwarfs, would go after the truth with picks and shovels.
Melina wrinkles her nose.
We'll be using more elegant methods. My scrying magic is somewhat rusty, but with the right trinket, I should be able to peer through the shrouds of time. The bones of my forefathers have long since rotted away, but some of their personal treasures may remain. Bring me some.
The reckoning is at hand.
No bunch of dead elves can put a stop to progress. Not on my watch. Beautiful work. Now that we know the area better, we can tear this like a new one.
Gunk in the trunk.
Those ancient ruins have survived 10,000 years of wind and weather, so I brought out my biggest and bestest bulldozer to flatten them. I call her Margine. But my dozer's been letting me down lately. The moment I drove her into those haunted woods, her engine seized up with a spine-chilling howl. Now my engineers tell me there's something clogging her valves. Go over there and inspect Margine's engine compartment. Bring me back a sample of whatever gunk has her stalled.
Glad I could help.
State your business.
Have you gotten your hands dirty for me?
Malena furrows her brow and begins shifting through the artifacts you brought her.
So the spirits of the dead still haunt those old stones? Well, as it happens, I'm counting on their help. Let's see what the dead have to say.
Memories of the dead.
The runes on this ring you found are still legible. It was given to Kalitha when she was granted admission to the academy. With the right spell or two, this personal trinket of hers is the gateway to her soul. Take the ring back to Lake Minar. Kalitha's spirit should now be visible to you on the shore of the lake. Touch her, and the ring will allow you to see the world as she sees it, forever revealing her final hours. Probe her mind. Speak to the others and learn the secrets of Lake Minar.
Shurelaron.
The shimmering vision does not acknowledge your presence. She is lost in her own world, reacting to the events that played out thousands of years ago. Merge with the spirit.
Kalitha, it is done. The Sarcen stone is fully charged and is already diverting energy from the portal. Are you still the incredible swimmer I knew those many years ago? The stone must not be found by either the demons or our beloved queen. Swim to the bottom of the lake, Kalitha, and bury the stone deep under the center arc. Hopefully the demon invaders will not discover it when they raise the surrounding temple. Go. Yes, Archmage, I will hide the stone.
You reel as the spirit's vision fades, relieved to once again feel the earth beneath your feet and the comforting rhythm of your own quickened heart. Mystery of the Sarcen stone. Before she died, Kalitha was charged with burying something at the bottom of the lake. A powerful artifact that the archmages of Minar spent their last moments creating. No doubt Malena Skyreaver will want to see the artifact, presuming it still exists. You resolve to search the bottom of Lake Minar for the Sarcen stone.
Well, spit it out.
Margine is one heck of a machine, isn't she? Busted ball bearings. Look at this stuff. Smell this stuff. My poor dozer. I consider myself a goop expert, and this here goop ain't natural. It's supernatural. This is ghost goop. We're going to need more than a mechanic.
The eternal sun guides us.
Did you discover anything at the bottom of the lake? You're soaking wet. A Sarcen stone? That's the stuff of legend. Let me see that. Sarcen stones are used to redirect the ley lines of magical energy. You realize what this means? The mages of Minar weren't staying behind out of misguided loyalty. They sacrificed their lives in order to create this artifact in an attempt to draw energy away from the portal through which the demons were flooding Azeroth. They were buying time for the rest of the world to fight back. History never recorded their deeds. What a discovery.
Remember the sun well.
Redirecting the ley lines.